Good evening, good evening, good evening. Eva, 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 Eva. Happy Sunday, everybody. Each and every one of you. Yeah, they picked me up some nerd glasses at the Dollar Tree. I look like Velma on Scooby Doo. I know, I know. I don't know what it is. It's not pneumonia because I got my CT scan back and there's no pneumonia in my chest. How you doing, Greg? I do have a mild case of emphysema, but if this is a mild case of emphysema, I'd hate to see what a severe case of emphysema is. I went there. I delivered Kevin some John Deere weights, but I didn't stick around. I give them to him and then I left. I didn't know what I have. I don't think it's catching because nobody else in the house is sick. So, Chiquita, I'm doing okay, I guess. How'd you like that little pick me up video I sent you to Wisconsin? Pass the plate, that's right. So, didn't do much of anything. You mowed everything? Well, that's good. Was there an old man with a beard and long hair over in your neighborhood there, junkyard, with animals lining up two by two? I. It took me about 10 minutes to pick them up off the ground, one at a time, and carry them to the car. I couldn't hardly get them flipped over in order to pick them up. So it's 74 right now. Uh, Now I loaded up the scooter and put it in the back of the car yesterday. Had my son load it for me actually. Then I took the car over to a guy that's been working on our vehicles. I took the car over there. I parked on the street, pulled the scooter out, and then got it on the street and on the road, and then I put the scooter back together. I put the handlebars back up, the seat and the battery back in it and stuff. I put that up on the sidewalk, and then I put the car in his driveway. I had him replace the shocks yesterday on the back. I had a bad banging noise back there, and I thought it was the shocks. I thought one of the shocks was broke because it rode like a lumber wagon. Well, one of the shocks was blowed out, but that wasn't the rattle. I got to put an exhaust hanger on the exhaust. I guess the rubber bracket that's around it is worn out or gone or whatever, and it's just everything needed but clink, clink, clink. So I got to put a new rubber bushing or whatever it is on that exhaust hanger. It is driving me nuts. I don't have a puffer. That's the problem. Probably going to have to call my doctor and go in there and see what she thinks I have or whatever. And then, I don't know. Last time I tried to get an inhaler on my insurance, my cost was $186. I said, "Are you kidding?" Nope. You start up a generator? I got a 6,000 watt generator left out there in the garage. Um, I'm trying to think. I think I only got 2 or 3 generators left. Um, Turn your LEDs on. The 6,000 watt, I want to put electric start on it. There you go. Anyways, I got the shocks on the car. It only took them like 15 minutes. And you got to take apart the trunk. You got to open up the hatchback, take the deck out, remove the stabilizers that are in there to keep the everything from moving inside the truck pan, and then you got to pull the back molding off and the side moldings off inside in order to get to the trunk or get to the shock absorbers. There you go. Come in. Got a couple of LED lanterns. I think we got 4 of those in case the power goes out. Then we got all these oil lamps you can light up if we have to, but I don't like doing that because it smokes too much. Kath made green fried tomatoes with panko and with flour. Yeah, half and half. I prefer the ones with flour. Um, I've never. My mom used to make them with flour on them, and I've never had them before with panko. And I tasted one, and I didn't like it. So. Not that they weren't good. It wasn't my cup of tea, evidently. Yeah. Well, if I could get on the ground and get back up, I could have probably done it myself. I don't know, but I have a hard. I can hardly hold on to a wrench. Uh, yeah, they last forever. We took one camping a few years ago in a cabin that we had that we rented. It didn't have any electricity in it, and well, yeah, it did have electricity, but it only had a big light in the middle of the cabin, and we had the grandkids with us, so I had an LED lantern, and for 2 nights, when we go to bed, I would leave the lantern on so the kids could see in the bed, in the room, in the cabin. So they weren't, because they were little, I didn't want them scared. And it lasted all 3 nights we were there. I want to get one of them Ozark Trail butane stoves that's got the griddle on it. Well, Kevin he built a 2,000-watt solar charger that he can use in case power goes down. Let's see. There it is. That right there, that's Kevin's solar inverter they built. Oh yeah, that's assuming you have internet. I got one of them things down there underneath the computer too, where all your stuff plugs into it, and then you plug it into a wall. It's supposed to be a battery powered, backup in case. Well, I don't think so. I think his lungs are worse than mine. Ironside, that's right. Get yourself an iron lung. Anyways, yesterday I went downtown, come around, come back, and rode around a little bit and come home. Then today I went down to Island Park, went down through there, went all the way to the back, and then come out. And it's got a hell of a hill to come out of it, and I made it up the hill. Um, the good thing is going down the hill, you actually charge your batteries because it overcharges as you're going down. So I understand that. So, anyways, I left there, went to the Island Park, and I left there. I went to the Oakwood Cemetery, and that is the city's cemetery. This thing is huge. Um, it's probably got about 5 or 6 miles of paved roads inside that cemetery. So I went almost all the way to the back, come across, come around. I seen a doe and a fawn out there in the grass eating. I didn't bother them. I come back around and there they were again. So I went around the other side of them, didn't bother them. I seen a couple of, I believe they were otters because they were swimming in the creek. And you don't see them too often around here, but we do have some otters. Um, they are pretty rare. First one I ever seen was about 15 years ago up in Monroe, and it had a baby otter on its back, and it was crossing the road to go back into the river on the other side. There you go. Yeah, looking for my next home. Being the city of Adrian resident, you have you automatically get graves uh, over there at the cemetery. Well, I have never ever seen a beaver here in Michigan. I mean, I know there are some, but I've never seen one. I've seen a few beaver dams, but I've never seen a beaver actually out and about. I'm talking about the ones that swim. these things are some thick frame glasses, I'm telling you. She bought me three pairs. Um, Another pair that's not like this. It's a regular pair with round, and then a pair of foldables. I've went through three pairs of glasses in the last 2 weeks. Um, I've had them for 6 months or so, and after using them for so often, the uh, earpiece breaks off right there. Buddy Holly glasses. Yeah, June's Cleaver Beaver. How's that? Uh, Believe it or not, they do help me look or see. Well, hi, Kenny. I know you're listening, Kenny. I know you're watching. I know you and Rosanna, Anna, Rosanna, Dana, Rosanna, Dana, Anna, Rosanna, Dana, Anna are watching. You just ain't said nothing yet. Got ad coming up in 56 seconds. Oh boy, my, does the time fly. Hey, Kenny shoes, you old snuggle bunny, you. Ooh, ooh. Hey. Hi, Kenny. It's about all I can get out of me. Ain't got the air to do any more. You still here, Dale? A little bit. Not much, but a little bit better. If you are, Dale, um how was the funeral yesterday? Or the wake or whatever you want to call it. I Was there a good turnout? When I was down there was only like 20 cars there, I think. Huh. I know. Evidently, you must be talking about the commercial that was just on. They probably don't. Huh. I wonder why she wasn't there. I hadn't seen him. He had your battery funeral? Yeah. Junkyard's battery died. I give him my condolences today for it. Um, I hadn't seen Paul in probably, I'm guessing, 25 years, if not more. And I highly doubt that he'd remember the last time he would have saw me because he was so lit that I don't think he remembered anything. It had a good life, yeah. Yeah, he had a couple of kids. Jenna was his oldest daughter. Were they even there? Or I don't I don't know. Um, you know, I don't know if he burned a lot of bridges or whatever, but I'm sure he probably did. So Marshall wasn't there either. Yeah, I know. His kids weren't even in the obituary. No, he didn't go to Uncle Dave's funeral. I don't remember him there. He didn't go to Ricky's either. I thought he didn't come up because he was sick. Yeah, there he is. Was he at Uncle Dave's? I don't remember seeing him there. No, I thought he was sick. Yeah, Lonnie Anderson passed away.
That's really not the Davis.
Paul. Yeah, you didn't go to Jeremy's either. Okay. I didn't see him there. He didn't talk to me, so I don't know. Because I sat next to you, Dale, at Uncle Dave's down there when we were having dinner. I sat right, close to you. Ricky was there. Okay. I don't remember seeing him there. That's the thing. I don't. So I could be getting old timers. It's getting to the point I walk into the kitchen and forget what I walk into the kitchen for, so I leave and I walk out of the kitchen. Then I remember I have to walk into the kitchen, go to the bathroom. That's what I walked into the kitchen for. Huh? You remember everyone that owes you money? So you'll never forget me because I owe you $20. So I'm trying to figure out how to get it to you. Kathy won't give up on them purse strings. She said, "Nope, I'm gonna have to earn it myself." You know. And here I was just gonna give you $20 out of the kindness of my heart, but hell, it's been a 3-year journey to give it to you. When they print it on your shirts, yeah. Dale. Yeah, I got $20 worth of junk. Yeah, is your name Dale? That's what the shirt says. Don't call me Shirley again. Yeah. So, anybody do anything this weekend besides mow grass? Yeah. Hell, he'd be, what, 104 or something like that, wouldn't he? Um, he was born in 1913, so he'd be 112 years old. February 14th. Huh. You went to a car show today? That's cool. Well, that wasn't very nice of Kevin to do that. You should have walked right up to her while he was standing there and said, "Hey, I'm Sweet Cheeks. I'm Robert 208." And then planted one on his cheek and then walked away. That's what you should have did, Dale. I went to the car show Friday night, and then I went to the First Fridays Friday night. Went to both of them. Seen two politicians, and each one of them stopped me. "How you doing, Mr. Miller?" "Yeah. Let you know we're working on it." "Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're buying a piece of property Monday. I'm just letting you know in advance." "Oh, okay." Yeah. That was his wife. Yeah, that was his wife. Yeah. Kathy and I, we went to the Tip Top restaurant Friday night because they're open till 7 o'clock now. They've always been closed at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Saturday. You know, from 6 a.m. or 6:30 till 2 o'clock, and that's all they're open for. Well, now they're open till 7, and they're open on Sunday even, I think. Anyways, we went there. She wanted a BLT, or she ordered a BLT and onion rings. And what she got was white bread that was slightly toasted, two strips of bacon, one leaf of lettuce, and two thin slices of tomato, and some onion rings. I ordered a hot beef sandwich, and it was actually pretty good. I ordered a hot beef sandwich with a side of peas on it, on the side, and it was actually pretty good. I like watching your little reels on the cars. I don't always comment, but I try to give you a thumbs up every time. Got another ad coming up. It's just like clockwork. So like every 18 minutes. Oh, now you introduced. Yeah, you should have still went up there and said you were Robert and give him a great big old kiss on the cheek. Said, "Hey, honey pumpkins, ah, ah, get up here. Come on, come on. They want to see the baby. Get up here. Come on. There we go. Yes, sir. Right on. They want to see the pumpkin. Yes, they do. They want to see the spirit. Say hi, Timmy. Spirit says, hey, Timmy says, hi, spirit. Yeah, okay. You're done? All right. I'll remember that tonight when you want to lay on top of me. Come on. Get up here. All right. I bet that was good. A fluff another Reese's. That feel good, pumpkin? Like that. I bet it was great. Dave, man, it's been a long time since you've been here. How have you been? You're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You got a couple of scratch marks back here. You've been digging, pumpkin. Yeah. I'm a little leery of her because last week Thursday night. Did you see her? She slapped me for no reason. Yeah. We had a talking to about that. Huh. Look at her. Anybody want a cat? And the guy that worked on my car, he brought it back over yesterday, him and his wife, and they were going to walk home, and they brought their dog. The dog was out there just yapping away, and I said, it's a good thing there's a pane of glass between you and that cat, because I think that cat would tear you apart. No. Hey, you're stuck. There. Do we have to do that? Really? Well, don't you like that? Don't you like your touches rubbed? Huh? You do? Yeah. Well, look how evil that thing looks, man. Had ribeyes today. We had actually, I ordered little Domino's pizza. Tonight was their last, their special, $9.99 for unlimited toppings. They're not unlimited. You only get 7 toppings on each pizza. So I ordered two Philly cheesesteaks with a Philly steak, um, Alfredo sauce, mushrooms, bell pepper, banana peppers, bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms on it. Then I ordered a pepperoni pizza for the kids. Well, evidently Dave left. Dragging through the garden. That's right. Oh yeah. I almost bought some battered coblets. It's where they cut down the cob, and they where you'll get like 4 rows of corn all the way down. I don't know how they do it, but that's how they do it. And then they batter it and freeze it. I almost bought some. I bet that'd be good. Oh, you want some grape nuts, do you there, Skeeta? Well, if I'm getting a hankering, I go over to a pine tree. I grab me a couple pine cones and break out them pine nuts that are in there, and then I grab me some pine needles and make a nice little bed for it in the bowl. Now that's eating. You'll give it. I seen Marlon Perkins this weekend. He was on TV. I was watching the Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom this weekend. I remember every Sunday night we used to sit around when we was kids and watch Mutual of Omaha Wild Kingdom and then Walt Disney or which way it come in first. I can't remember if it was Walt Disney, then Mutual of Omaha, or Mutual of Omaha and Walt Disney. That's right, in the wild. I'm having a hard time catching my breath for some reason. I thought about getting Primatine Mist inhaler, and you used to be able to get them in the box, about uh, you know, off in the shelf. Well, you still can, but now you got to order them from Walmart to get it, and it's a Primatine Mist inhaler, and it's $24.99. No, I haven't got the Hillary. I'll have to go to CVS and check it. 32.49 at CVS. Yeah, $29 at Walmart. They're screwing everybody. Yeah, I see that he's going to be on there. Probably a lot. 32.99 Walgreens. um, $30.99. 160 meter sprays. He probably will have the Donald on. No, they didn't test me for tuberculosis. I end up calling the doctor tomorrow and see if I can get an inhaler. See if my insurance will pay for it. I'm thinking people are coming around to the thought that maybe Donald is a good idea. Yeah, get endurance to pay for. Yeah. Even Amazon is $29.16. I don't want to pay that for that. I wonder how good the Efren is. Got natural eucalyptus, rosemary oil, and menthol. Huh. You got menthol? Yeah. Well, I wonder if that Efren's like the old Vicks. That is ridiculous. The only That is downright ridiculous. All right, everybody, you're gonna get out of here. I will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Have a blessed night, everybody, and take care.